The Railroad Commission was asked by some in the industry to implement proration for the first time in almost half a century. And proration was simply us requiring to cut production of oil, and I believe they were asking 20% reduction. But every one of those that testified asked us to negotiate with other states and do it in conjunction with other states and countries. I called the Minister of Energy in Canada. I called the energy producing executives across the United States, especially for each state, the regulators, and nobody was willing to jump on board with us. So I decided we should have the same group that had started the most successful oil and gas industry on planet Earth, which are American tax-paying businesses and the industry itself, to come up with an answer to this problem rather than solely from government, us regulating what the private free market industry should do to help this problem. And the Blue Ribbon Task Force that was put together, voluntarily, almost every major oil and gas producing organization and association in the state, plus many of your landowners and royalty owners, their organizations, all came together with over 30 recommendations for us to do in lieu of proration. And we accepted that. We accepted their recommendation versus proration. And I think it's been a great example that on the date that we voted as a commission that we would not consider proration, the price of West Texas Intermediate leveled and it's gone up since then. Flaring was averaging about 2.7% of the total gas being produced. So it was never statistically huge, though that's waste, though it's better not to. And flaring is a natural part that is necessary, and it's safer when they first strike oil and you're going to have natural gas that starts coming out, and it's much safer environmentally for us to burn it rather than it is for let the natural gas just to go into the atmosphere. So it's a safety factor you do that. But it was my view that we should limit that tremendously because the perception of West Texas, which again is the largest discovery of oil in the history of the United States. What's amazing for the future of this industry after the downturn is with the flaring issue, we addressed the financial problem. And right now our biggest problem is because the perception of flaring. A lot of these banks and investment companies are heeding the environmentalists' concerns and saying you need to stop this funding for oil and gas. Okay, let me mention real quick the employment task force that we have is seeking how do we reach these people to train and recruit students and young people and workers in other industries to come into the oil and gas business to fill these 50,000 vacancies we're going to have after this downturn. And that is quite exciting. We've had a campus for a pilot program donated in Deep East Texas, and we're working with industry now to finance it, get the curriculum together, and let it be an example. And the Department of Energy is working with us very closely to make it a national pilot program in energy training.